The I-form slot flex flanker curl. Now, this play is something that we use to beat all types of zone coverage. This is really good if you don't really know what your opponent's in defensively, coverage-wise. They keep mixing it up. You have you have all the routes that you really need. You have the corner route to the tight end. You have the post. The fullback route on this play is actually really good for creating the makeshift screens. So say we face an opponent who is constantly base aligning their coverage. You really don't know what they're in. Now, this is obviously a cover 3, but say I didn't know that. Right now, currently, I have 2 really good routes to the tight end in the slot. The hot routes I typically make is I usually have this run to the wide side of the field. So I'll put this X receiver on a comeback route. If they have not been blitzing that much, if I kind of have been passing a few times and I realize they're not really sending pressure, I will create this makeshift screen. If they are pressing a lot, if they are blitzing a lot, this makeshift screen takes a little while to develop. So if your heart is really set on throwing this makeshift screen, say they're leaving this left flat wide open, you need to block the tight end to give yourself a little bit extra time for this route to get out of the backfield. But if they're not blitzing, they're just playing a lot of coverage, this passing concept is really great to punish them for not playing hard flat. So we got the comeback route, the corner, the makeshift screen, and the post. The snap of the ball, you just read hard flats. If there's no hard oh my goodness. If there's no hard flats, you go ahead and throw it out to your makeshift screen. Let's see if we can get another example of that, because that was pretty awful from Dak. That's much better. And sometimes the fullback will block immediately, sometimes they won't. Worst case scenario, you got to make one guy miss, which is perfectly fine. We'll take that all day. You can do a ton with this. This has the routes you need, so you could put that comeback route there. You could leave the play stock. If you leave it stock, you just check your flats. If the linebacker drops back to play that post route or the corner route, then you have that little halfback route on that side. I like to motion out my halfback a lot because a lot of people blitz pretty heavily against this formation because I run the ball a lot. So typically what they'll do is they'll start blitzing and doing crazy things to try to stop the run. Motioning the halfback out kind of throws a wrench in their plan. So you can do something like this. You can do something like this. You got a post, a corner, streak, and what's essentially a flat route with this drag from the left to the right. Just get creative with it. You have the routes you need to make the offense tick. You can attack either side of the field with the corner on the right, the comeback on the left, the curl on the left, the post down the middle. It has everything you need. So that's why we use this against somebody who's baselining their coverage a lot and not really giving us a tell on what they're doing defensively. The other thing you can do is if you know it's cover 3, this is a decent cover 3 beater. We have a cover 3 one-play touchdown from one of our other plays, but if you were to motion this X receiver in, notice that he stops right there. If you are running the cover 3 one-play touchdown, you may want to just kind of give yourself a little bit of extra time, block both of the backs. You'll see that this corner route on this right side will pull down that corner a little bit. If we had a little bit more field, that's really an easy dot for a touchdown. We'll go ahead and look in the instant replay. Watch the way this tight end corner route pulls down this cornerback right there, and then it creates that window. Now, that's not the biggest window to throw the ball since it's so far down the field. It looks great, but the corner can recover on this. That's why we use another play from this playbook, from this formation that really gets you wide open down the field against cover 3. But we'll go into that in another video. That's going to be it for the flanker curl. Check out the next video for our next passing play.